back from the dead. So yeah, here we are. The tow truck guy just dropped off Cameron's Landcruiser, as you've seen from all the other videos. It got stolen like about a couple of weeks ago, and was in like a car chase and stuff like that. And there was a big story about it. But as you can see, it's actually not in the baddest condition. It was in really good condition before, but apart from a bung tray, which will like fix up and stuff like that, they've like smashed this window and they've tried to light it just there, but that didn't work too well. But apart from that, like, it's not in the worst condition, which is okay. Apart from the license plate, that's pretty bunged up. But all the other cars, this is the sixth one that they stole. Like, they burnt out all the rest of them. Oh, it's pretty bunged up on the side there. But I reckon we could definitely kind of fix this up a little bit. It's a shame because this is there's such nice cars and stuff like that. And this one was in great condition. It's just sad to see it so bunged up and dirty like this. But anyway, hopefully in the next couple of months we can fix it up and get it back to where it was looking beforehand. We'll put a new tray and stuff on it there. Are you working? Yeah, there we are. Oh my God, what have I done? Yeah, there we are. Okie doke. Day 4, I think it is. We finally got a break in the weather because it was like raining for the last couple of days, and because I'm wiring and still don't know really much much about what I have to do. I didn't really want to try anything different while it was raining. Still a bit wet, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of wipe it all down and make sure it's ready to go. I just went to J-Car just then, so a bit of an update. Like, I've obviously put all that kind of stuff on the bull bar and the lights. Now, I was tossing up between wiring it myself, which I have no idea about any kind of wiring, or getting a kit. Anyway, so it was, a couple of days had passed. I went to TJM in Newcastle, and they did a fantastic job. And I ended up seeing these ones. Now, it's not the same brand. It's by Steady, which is obviously a really good premium brand. And I was kind of sold because it was a waterproof system. It was plug and play, so I could just plug in and let it go. It's got a switch built in. It's got a fuse and all that fun stuff. And I just was like, it's a lot easier than just kind of wiring it up myself. But I do have to wire it up to 2 live cores. Now, I had one of my friends come over and kind of show me how the wiring kind of works and where I can do it. Luckily, there was one right behind my back seat. So, just so I can, kind of teach myself something new today, I went to J-Car and I bought this kit here. So I got the soldering kit. Now, I know it's not the most amazing one in the world. I got shrink wrap lead. Why? Because apparently it's significantly better than this one. Comes with lead free. I think it still works, but apparently it's a lot better. Obviously heaps of electrical tape. That all there from J-Car in Newcastle cost me like $36 or something ridiculous. So I couldn't really say no to that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try and just do one side, and we'll see kind of like how we go. We're going to try and make it neat and nice, and yeah, hopefully the final product is going to be that the lights obviously turn on. We'll just wire them up and then we'll have a look to see where we put the switch, but let's just kind of get into it. Something else I did as well is the actual SETI kit comes to a single point, right? So the guy at TJM also helped me buy a splitter, and he had one, but that's okay because we've got another one coming on later in the week. But it's like, for ease of use, this is just nice. And hopefully we just go, and then yeah, just the back of these lights, boom, boom, plug, play, waterproof. Hell yeah. Alright, let's do the wiring. One thing I can definitely say is, apart from that, I need to clean the cabinet bin. God, there's bloody wires everywhere. Like, I've pulled a whole bunch out. I didn't know what they were, but they were just getting annoying. Took aerials and stuff out because they're all bugging anyway. Now, this here, tested live wire. This thing here, well, useless to what I want to do right now. So I'm pulling it out. Now this is going to be my point of contact right here, so let's get it wired up. Okay, now if this worked, live wire into this little box here. So I didn't actually need to solder, but I'll probably do that later on. Yeah, switch is off. I'll put that in there somewhere in a sec. They should all be connected. All I need to do now is just basically turn on the battery and hopefully go. Come on, baby, you can do it. Okay. Test number 1. Yes! Let's go. We have light. Woohoo! We got light. Let's go. Okay, so what I just did then was I took this dash out. There's obviously these little holes here for where things can go in, but my ones are circles. So what I did was I just basically got a drill, drilled a hole, kept kind of like using it like, actually I used a tap drill, and I just kept kind of like working its way around till it fit in there, and then it just absolutely fits bloody snug as well. I also got zapped just before too, because there's a hole in my glove, but I can definitely confirm it doesn't hurt that bad, so don't stress. Cool, I'm going to stick it in, and then we can just do a quick little lap, show what's happened, then we'll go from there. Hell yeah. Cool, so I'm super happy with how that turned out. I installed that button just there. Cords are a little bit messy under there, but the main cord that I added in is a lot better. And then yeah, so let's do a quick run. Buddy, flick, light comes on. That's bloody fantastic. Okay, here we are, the new tray, 4x4 spares. Once again, they were so helpful. Got this tray from U-Haul. They were actually pretty helpful too, even though the first one didn't work. So good. I'm gonna load this up, take it back to the house. Sandy, bit of paint, ready to go. That's how it's done. Mitchell basically did the entire thing. But
NBA.
We were there in spirit. Yeah, as long as no one comes along and just kicks it, I reckon it should be pretty fun. Yeah, now I'm going to sand it, do all that kind of stuff. The fun part is when we've actually got to put it on the car.
Well,
future us problem.
Really
okay, this is my first ever weld. Let's see how we go.
Yeah. Get out my way, I need space to get the fake off. Get out my way, I need space, I'm about to take off. Get out my way, yeah, the frequency been way up, way up. Get out my way, it's too easy, it's a layup. Give me my space, I'm in my pride. I was a prisoner, all of the mind. Now I'm a traveler leading the line. They wanna cut me, I'm bleeding divine. Home of the greed, land of the slaves. No, we ain't free, still we do great. No, we ain't free, still we do great. Yeah, still we do great.
Whew. Good morning, YouTube. Let's turn this around so I can see what I'm actually looking at. Ooh, I tell you what, it is an absolutely freezing day today. So yeah, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand the entire thing, and then I'm going to prime it, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a gazebo and drop sheets to basically get the whole thing kind of like locked in so nothing kind of gets in there. But it's not the best thing, but it's basically all I can realistically do. So we're going to sand it all back, we're going to time lapse it, and then prime it today. Then I work tonight, so we can't get it all done today. But then tomorrow morning, hopefully, we're going to go to Super Cheap. We're going to get all the pigment for the tintable Raptor, and we're going to give that a bit of a spray as well. But we're going to just change of clothes. So basically, I've gone around, sanded the entire kind of like headboard and stuff like that. I've gone and gotten like a little wire brush and stuff like that to try and get into the more like nitty-gritty parts. But I've also gotten a range of different products, which is exciting. I've got some rust converter, I've got some etch primer. So rust converter, etch primer. Actually, even though these are the SCA brands, I've heard really good reviews about it. So what I'm basically going to try and do is, because I don't really have many days off from kind of working, especially in the COVID period, I'm going to try and basically sand one part, prime, sand one part, prime, sand one part, and basically work my entire way around. And then once it's all primed, we've got like a 7-day window basically to just kind of like hook in and get it done. Like pre-paint cleaner. So I'm going to go around, wipe it all down. This is like bug and tar remover. Going to basically go down. Now it's not absolutely perfect, but like I said, for my time frame, I've basically got to try and get the parts that I've already done kind of like primed so they're protected, and then I'll come back to the other hard part. First kind of layer, nothing too wild, just a little bit of protection. Looking a lot better than it did before though. Okay, it is now time to get it all sorted. So I'm going to just get one bottle. I'm going to do one bottle at a time. All the instructions you can find, they're really well set out. This is really, really easy stuff to do so far. But yeah, all we need to do now is quickly go. I've got all the bottles and stuff in here, which is pretty sweet as. So, one bottle of Raptor, well actually got 4, but I've used one. One bit of hardener. And a measuring cup. So, I assume they just, whatever. Boom. So, I'm going to go get the paint. It's meant to be 10%. Cool, so the sanding's basically all done, so I've just got a little bit left to go. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically tape everything up and get it prepped. I won't paint it today, but what I'll basically try and do is get it all basically ready so I can jump straight into a tour tomorrow. I've got some study I've got to get done this afternoon, but I reckon if I can sand it, prep it, that's a great start for today. So let's start taping it up. Okey-doke, so the car is all plasticed up and I've got masking tape in it. It's all prepped, ready to go for a bit of paint, but I've sanded everything, I've sanded it again. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean the entire thing with wax and grease remover. And then I'm going to do a bit of prime on little metal spots that have shown up. And then we're going to wait a little bit, don't know how long, we'll decide soon. And then put the first coat down, so let's get done. Okie doke, let's paint, let's do it. Okie dokie. So what arrived in the mail today was the lights. So these ones here are just bulbs. They're nothing too wild. They're 25 bucks a pop, but they're just going on the rear. So I wasn't too stressed about that kind of stuff. But these boys here, Halos by Sun Yi. Now, there were mixed reviews on them, but honestly, they seemed to be like quite good. From like a couple of other reviews I read, they were also $99 down from $350. They had the halo look, which I was really keen to kind of like get on the front, just because I think that looks absolutely fantastic. So yeah, we're gonna just kind of like put those on now. I do need to get a negative inverter. Now, I'm not like the biggest sort of electrician either, but I knew that. I mean, you've just got to get a negative inverter. You guys probably know better than I do about that kind of stuff, but I was just advised. I've got TGM in Newcastle. They've got that kind of stuff in stock, so I'll just go get one of those. I'll probably put them on today, but obviously I won't plug them in or anything like that because I'll need the inverter, and then we can give it a bit of a test. So all I really need to do now is for the backlights is take out this and this little part here, and they're going to fit straight in, which would be awesome. And then hopefully these lights here will just fit straight in the front. So we'll get into that now. As I've said multiple times throughout this entire build, this is definitely a learning process. Now, I wanted to just to share with you guys, when I initially opened this, I was like, what the heck? There's like no, like you know, bolts or anything to like put through. How's this meant to even stick to any car? But I realised that there's a casing on this designed for the actual car. So that was a little learning thing. I mean, if you guys ever come across now, you know as well. But we're just going to obviously just chuck those in and yeah, put it in. But I was like, oh my god, I bought the wrong thing. But no, we are safe, thank god. Okie dokie, so we've got one of those in the casing. Now, it's not the most flush thing in the world, but it certainly is not going anywhere. So that is, I'm pretty happy with that. So we're going to just probably pop that in the car now. That all kind of lines up like relatively well, but well enough, which is really good. But that looks pretty damn awesome so far. So we're just going to pop those in, go get the negative inverters tomorrow. Tomo, what a man in his motors, just cut out these two parts of me here. And as you can see, that fits in absolutely flush. So we'll just screw those in there and then basically hook her up, and then she's ready to go.
How good is that? Ow. It stuck. That bit stuck straight through the... Wear your safety glasses, kids. That bit went straight up the side.
I have a total of a minute 18 to basically for you to explain what we're doing today.
A minute 18?
Yeah.
So what are we doing? We're putting in the CAN buster inverter, as you called it, to... I don't know, checking the oil. To see if the lights work, the headlights actually work.
Yeah.
And then let's try and give it a start and see if it starts.
Because we haven't started in what, like...
No. Like, that'd be a good idea.
Months. Yeah,
just
just
to
to see
check,
if it's
start,
okay.
check the coolant and everything, check all the fluids quickly, try and give it a quick start, and then if you want to test your roof rack lights, boom.
Hell yeah, that was... So for the lights that I bought, I went to TGM here in Newcastle and... Wait, you explain, because I don't know how to explain this stuff.
Okay, so I could be completely wrong, but I quickly looked this up, and it's like a CAN bus system. So basically what that means is, halogen bulbs, like, you know, your older yellower bulbs that actually look like a light bulb, they draw a lot more current to actually work. So they might draw, say, like 50 watts or something like that. All that's power, but you know what I mean. 50 watts of power to light up the globe. What the CAN bus system in basically every car does is like an error kind of system. So if something's wrong, it will throw a fault, and it most likely will shut that thing off so it doesn't damage other electrical systems in the car. Clever, cool things to just have in like an electrical system. What the CAN bus basically in these older cars will do is, because it's expecting a halogen globe to be lit up, so basically when, say, an LED, which only requires, say, 15 to 20 watts to actually light up, when it only draws less current, the CAN bus will like light up and say, hold on, no, something's wrong and there's an electrical fault because it's not drawing as much as it should. Whereas in fact it is working fine. The CAN bus system in the old 1980s, 90s car just doesn't know that. So all this does is basically tell the CAN bus to expect a lower current to light up the globes.
Yeah.
And then it won't throw an error and it'll work fine.
Hell yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that makes a lot of sense. So what we're going to basically do now is we're going to put those and we're going to put them in line, and then we're going to try and, or we'll turn on the car and stuff like that because the battery's now charged, and basically see how it kind of all goes and what the functions and stuff are. So we'll get that sorted. You can, you know, it's just plug and play. Like, it's pretty simple kind of stuff to do. But then once we've plugged it in, I'll show you what the lights look like while they're on. Boom. Yeah, let's try that again.
Oh, okay.
We weren't actually recording. Okie dokie. So we've got low beam. So that's a low beam. High beam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, that's pretty good.
And even both your fog lights are working as well, mate. That's perfect.
Yeah, that's sweet as. Yeah.
Oh, put your blinker on. Sorry, Ross. Put your blinker on and see if they work fine. Nah, we might have to. Maybe you have to have the car. Maybe that's full ignition on,
You might
isn't
have
it?
to have the car on because.
I'd assume so.
Yeah, but that's okay. Cool. No, that's sweet. Yeah, let's just plug the other one in. That's kind of really sorted. So we have light, and I mean that looks sick. I'll get the LED thing happening later on. Maybe there's a cool YouTube video on how it's done.
Exactly. But you have lights, which is that's really cool, Rossi.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with that. That's pretty sweet as. Guys, that's a wrap. Now that was such a fun build, probably one of the most fun things I've ever done, and it was just such an awesome coincidence. I mean, not awesome, it got stolen, but it was a good coincidence that it kind of happened and all the things fell into place. I personally have learned a lot about building cars, and I can definitely say from this one, this is not going to be the last one that I do. I'm so happy it turned out as well as it did. You're probably wondering, I'm missing a couple of components. They're actually coming still, they're just taking a little bit longer. I've got the entire inside of the car being completely reupholstered, and I've got an ARB bull bar on its way, but it's still a couple months away just to the demand and COVID and all that kind of stuff. But I'll do a little update when that comes in. I've got some big mud tyres I'm going to put on as well, because you're probably thinking some tyres would make it look good, and I completely agree. And then once all that stuff's on, I'll do a little intro for that kind of things, and then we're going to take it, test it on the beach and do some forward driving and stuff like that, which I'm really keen. But I wanted to give you guys a bit of an update on what I'd done, what I got up to, and I'm pretty keen just to kind of show you everything. But like I said, I've got a couple of extra things I'll add into the next video, which won't be for a couple of weeks, just because like I said, I've got to wait for it. But I'm keen to just keep hooking into it. Thanks guys for sticking around to the end as well. Make sure you hit the sub button. You've done very well. You've stuck to the end. And I'm keen to bring you more content. So you know the drill. I'll see you guys out there. Up in the next video, we'll be heading again to lakes. Oh, actually, hold up. I got videos on videos coming out at the moment. We went back out to the MX Island. It was Tom's first time. It was absolutely a fantastic trip. I'm keen to show you that one, so that'll be the next video that comes out. The video after that, we're going back to Lakes MX, which is currently one of my favorite tracks to kind of go to at the moment, mainly because it's only 20 minutes away. It's fantastic, and the people are really helpful there too. So keep an eye out of those two videos for the next couple of weeks. But you know the drill. I'll see you guys out there again. Keep living the dream.